And here we are, finally. Welcome to the California section of the real estate exam, brought to you by Real Estate Exam Ninja. I'm Chris, that's me. I'm super excited to share this with you guys. So if you're curious about Real Estate Exam Ninja, basically what we do is we interview past students, we collect exam questions, because I can't copy it word for word. We change some of the exam questions so it's not plagiarism, and we give it to you. It helps you pass the real estate exam when you know exactly what's on the real estate exam. So if you guys are interested in more help passing the real estate exam, check out realestateexamninja.com. But without further ado, I've got 20 questions here for you guys about California. So these were on the California real estate exam, these 20 questions. If you would, on the math questions on this, please pause the exam so you can do the math. The math is obviously, it's going to be changed. So you just got to learn the math. Okay, let's get started. What are the continuing education requirements for the California real estate license? 18 hours, 24, 36, 45. I'll let you look at those for a second. What do you guys think? 45 hours every 4 years. On the exam, guys. What means to have a license? What does it mean if you have a license in good standing? What does that mean? No disciplinary actions. You're renewing the license when you should. None of the above. What do you think? So for sure, not having any disciplinary actions. That should be self-explanatory, right? So you've been a good boy, you've been a good girl, and you're renewing your license in a timely manner. So it's going to be B. I feel like that one should be common sense. What do you guys think? I feel like it is. There's the section code. You guys can always, you guys can always pause this. I have noticed that when I try to read every single word, I lose my voice by question number 10 or 15. Shout out to all the teachers that can just talk for hours at a time. That's not me. All right, Mr. and Miss Garcia are buying a house, and they established in the title that upon the death of one of them, the property ownership will automatically transfer to the surviving spouse. Is that legal in California? What do you guys think? Here's your multiple choice questions. Yes, it is. There's the California Civil Code 682.1. And remember, guys, this was on the real estate exam. This question. Like on this one, for example, we probably would have changed the name, Mr. and Miss Garcia. But everything else it's on the real estate exam. You guys got to know this. CID in Davis-Sterling Act stands for which one of those, guys? If you said A, you're a winner. You're correct. Good job. The Davis-Sterling Common Interest Development Act is a California law that regulates the creation and management of CIDs. Excuse me. Man, I'm so excited to share these with you guys. When representing a buyer in a real estate transaction, the agent must disclose to the seller all of the following except. What do you guys think? While you think about this, I'm going to stick my AirPods in and see if it helps the audio a little bit. Okay, the answer is D. The duty of confidentiality in real estate entails refraining from disclosing any confidential information without the client's consent. The obligation ensures the competitive advantage, fosters trust, and protects privacy. Jimmy lists Mr. Peterson's house. They agree on securing $750,000 to Mr. Peterson. For the sale, Jimmy can keep for himself any amount above that. Is that permissible in California? What do you guys think? So this is another one that I feel is kind of common sense, but I would like, I'd like you to think through this. What do you guys think? Disclosure, 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 disclosure. It's all about transparency and trust. So there you go. Disclosures upon transfer of residential property are mandatory for all real estate transactions in California, except A, sell from one co-owner to another co-owner. B, sell from an individual owner to a corporation. C, sell from an individual owner to his brother-in-law. D, none of the above. What do you guys think? If you said A, you're a winner. Congratulations, you're ready to pass the real estate exam. That was that's kind of a detailed one. If you got that one right, I'm feeling good about your chances. There's the civil code. You guys can pause. You know what? I got to figure out, I got to talk to my tech guy and see how we can stop blocking some of the verbiage here. That's problematic. So it says at the last sentence, additionally, other exemptions include transfer related to the discussion of marriage, foreclosure, sales, individual selling to the state, and several others. What does PCOR stand for in California? Which one of these guys? Public Communications Oversight Registry. You know, even the wrong ones, they make it sound like so correct, don't they? But the answer is actually B. PCOR is a specific form required for real estate transactions, section 480.3 of California's Revenue and Taxation Code. What financing option is best suited for Mr. Peterson's purchase of a building that includes ground floor restaurant with all equipment and co-working space on the top floor? What do you guys think? Package loan. Package loan is a type of financing that combines both real property and personal property in a single loan. This financing option is commonly utilized when purchasing properties like furnished condominiums or restaurants with lots of equipment. Sorry, I missed something here. Okay. Keep going. Okay, this is where we stop, and I beg you. No, I don't beg you. So, if you guys are studying for the California real estate exam, and this video is helpful to you, and you want me to make more videos, you know, you got to do something for me. You got to like, you got to comment, you got to subscribe. You do those things, I'm going to make more videos. There's 50 states, guys. So I got to see where my time is best spent helping people. And so far, that's been Florida. So if you guys in California like these videos and you want me to make more, I'm happy to do so. Just let me know. Drop a note in the comments. Spam the comments. I don't care. But you got to give me some kind of feedback here. All right, let's keep going. Mr. Peterson owns a rental building in Fresno which produces $9,000 rent every month. If the GRM multiplier is 10 in that area, what would be a good price to offer him? So this is math. This is where we can stop and we can, pause it and break out the pen and paper. What do you guys think here? I shouldn't even have to show you the multiple choice. You should be able to do the math. All right, let's look at it. All right, look at this. Pause it, and you can work through the math. This is pretty simple real estate math here. Which of the following approaches would an appraiser most likely to use to appraise a church? I have appraised many churches. I have bought and sold churches. So I think I can answer this. All right, so let's think through this logically. Does a church make money? Some of you are probably rolling your eyes saying, well, yeah, sometimes. And you have a point. But in generally, no. Churches are, they're not there to make money. You don't have to pay money to go to a church. So there's no income to value. People give to the church, but the church does not charge for attendance. So there's not going to be an income component to appraising a church. Now, gross rent multiplier, that's also an income approach. So no. Market data approach is like a sales comparison approach, and that can be helpful, but it's not probably the most likely. When you're appraising a new church, the bank's going to want to lend on the cost to build because it's a very special use property. So the cost approach is the most important for a church. There you go. There's lots of obsolescence in churches. So if a church costs $5 million to build, it's definitely not going to be worth $5 million. There's lots of obsolescence. Churches are not built for profit reasons. In general, I know some of you are thinking in your head there's exceptions to this rule, and you're correct. But that's beyond the scope of this video. Go back and look at this. All right, I'm gonna put the right answer in the comments. I'm gonna make a note here because I think my math is actually wrong on this one. So I'm making a note to go back and put the right answer for number 13. Something's off with my math here. All right, Miss Peterson refinanced her house to pay off her old loan and generate $100,000 cash. Cha-ching! Which should she use to purchase 2 rental properties? Pyramiding. Pyramiding through refinancing uses the value of the original property to drive the acquisition of additional properties. Leverage, leverage, leverage. California knows all about that. That's why your property prices are sky high. Well, one of the reasons. But again, outside of the scope of this video. The Petersons were denied a unit in an apartment complex because they have 2 children. Is this legal or illegal? So, believe it or not, this is actually legal because you can't discriminate over 55. Strange, but legal. Mr. Peterson was very excited to very excited in buying a house, and he hires Jimmy to represent him. Jimmy prepares an offer, but when he arrives to the seller's agent office, he notices that the offer wasn't signed, so he just signs it in Mr. Peterson's name. This is forgery, fraud, legal, counterfeiting. It's a forgery. Obviously. Can't forge people's signatures without their consent. Sometimes you can, but you have to, there has to be consent. So like my lawyer, he signs my name without me being there, but he has like special legal permission to do so. Mr. Peterson made an initial investment of $245,000. He subsequently made $80,000 worth of improvements to a property. If he subtracts depreciation from the initial cost and adds the cost of improvements, what will be the result? Adjusted basis. I'm surprised this one was on the exam. We don't normally, this is kind of an advanced real estate term. You don't see this a lot on exams, but it looks like as of, let's see, March. Yeah, this question was given us to in March 2023, and it was on the exam. Let me read this last part. You can see the first sentence. The lower an investor's, oh man, this is even hard for me to see. The lower an investor's adjusted basis, the larger will be the capital gain to be taxed when a property is sold. The depreciation tax deductions taken along the way are somewhat taken back by capital gains tax upon the sale. Number 18, we're almost at the end. How are you guys doing? I'm curious if, some of these are kind of hard. California's not an easy state to pass the real estate exam. After a purchase contract is accepted, the parties may later make additional agreements without changing the original document by use of, which one of these? It's going to be an addendum. Pretty easy one. You guys should have known this one. Linda has a 2-year lease on her apartment. Which of the following is true at the end of 2 years? I'm going to let you guys read A and B. Number C, the landlord must give her a 60-day notice if she wants her to vacate. Number D, if she stays and the landlord accepts rent, it is renewed for 2 more years. What do you guys think? Nothing. You guys completed the contract, the agreement. You can part ways. Okay, the last one. Mr. Peterson bought an apartment. I apologize for the misspelling there. Occupied by Jimmy on a month-to-month lease for over 2 years. Which of the following is true? So let me think about this myself. Mr. Peterson bought an apartment occupied by Jimmy on a month-to-month lease over 2 years. Which of the following is true? Yeah, they can choose to terminate the lease whenever they want. It's month to month. All right, guys, thank you so much for everything. If you got value out of this, be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Love you guys. Bye.